Hello and welcome to I'm Learning Turkish. I, Anastasia Krajnichenko, will be your guide to Turkish language as always. Today we will understand how to count in Turkish and also how to ask questions which can be answered as yes or no. Stay tuned with us. We will see numbers now. We already know bir, which means one, but we don't know what is zero. Zero in Turkish is sıfır. Then we have, of course, bir, which we already know. İki, which means two. Üç, which means three. Dört, which means four. Beş, which means five. Altı, as six. Yedi, as seven. Sekiz, as eight. Dokuz, and 9, and of course 10 as 10. Be careful and not mix 8 and 6 because 6 in English is 6, of course, but in Turkish 8 seems like 6 much more. Let's count objects, not only name the numbers. When we count something, we can't use plural suffixes. As an example, in English, we are saying 2 apples. But in Turkish, it's not iki elmalar, as we expect it to be. It's iki elma. As another example, 5 brothers are beş kardeş, not beş kardeşler. Of course, we have some exceptions from this rule. Exception means istisna in Turkish. We have yedi cüceler, which means 7 gnomes, and 40 haramiler, which means 40 thieves. Does it seem familiar for you? Of course, because they are fairy tale characters. And that is a reason why is it exception. When people were translating those fairy tales from another languages to Turkish, they just took yedi cüceler and 40 haramiler as private names of those characters. Let's try to count some animals and in the same time we will learn their names. Bir kedi, 1 cat. 2 köpek, 2 dogs. 3 kuş, which means of course 3 birds. 4 at, which means 4 horses. 5 inek, which means 5 cows. 6 ördek, which means 6 ducks. 7 fare, which means 7 mice. 8 böcek, which means 8 insects. 9 arı, which means 9 bees. And 10 ayı, which means 10 bears. Yeah, now you have a lot of animals in your mind. That is really cool, isn't it? Also, when we are counting something, there have to be a purpose. So someone could ask us, how much? This question, how much in Turkish is kaç. Pretty easy. As an example, bu kaç kız? Bu 9 kız. How much girls are there? There are 9 girls. Kaç ördek? 2 ördek. How much dogs? 2 dogs. Not hard at all, isn't it? Now, before counting much more objects, let's see how to form another type of questions, which is general or yes or no question. General questions are not created by changing words order as in English. We mostly add question word mı, mi, mu, mu to the end of the sentence to get this type of question. As example, bu bir öğrenci mi? O bir dolap mı? Orası okul mu? You see, those are our nice questions. Let's understand how to create those mı, mi, mu, and mü. What time is it, by the way? It is time to say that Turkish is a musical language again. You already remember our major vowel harmony, which we used for lar and ler. Now it's time for minor vowel harmony, which will help us to understand which question word should we put, mı, mi, mu, or mü. If the last vowel of word is a or ı, we are putting mı. If the last vowel of word is e or I, we are putting mi. If the last vowel is u or o, we are putting mu. And if the last vowel of word is ü or ö, we are putting mü. Yes, it may seem a bit complicated, but you will figure it out really soon. Examples now, since we know how to put all these question words in order. First one is with me. Şu 10 ayı mı? Evet, şu 10 ayı. Bu 3 kedi mi? Evet, bu 3 kedi. O 5 kuş mu? Evet, o 5 kuş. Bu 7 göl mü? Evet, o 7 göl. Except the last example, which means, is there 7 lakes? You can translate everything by yourself now, my clever, nice students. But what if we don't want to answer yes? What if we need to answer no? What should we do? We don't know how to deny in Turkish. Actually, I will save your life now, and we are going to denial in Turkish. We can deny by using a word değil, which means not in English. We are adding it after the word. We are adding it after the word which we deny. As example, o ev büyük mü? Hayır, o ev büyük değil. Is it a big house? No, it is not a big house. Bu 8 öğrenci mi? Hayır, bu 8 öğrenci değil. Are they 8 students? No, they are not 8 students. Orası okul mu? Hayır, orası okul değil. Is there a school? No, there is no school. Let's see how can we use our denial and also questions in a short, brief dialogue. Affedersiniz, burası neresi? Bir köy mü? Hayır, burası bir köy değil, park. Aa, çok güzel. Bu 2 kuş ördek mi? Hayır, bu 2 kuş ördek değil, kuğu. Sağ olun. Şurası 4 ev mi? Hayır, orası evler değil, çardaklar. Orası rahat. Çardaklarda kaç bank var? 8 bank var. Where is this dialogue happening? Of course, in the park, as you see from the second phrase. Also, see how can we shift the mı inside only a one sentence. Bugün hava güzel mi? Is it a beautiful weather today? Bugün mü hava güzel? Is today a beautiful weather? Bugün hava mı güzel? Is it weather which is beautiful today? So yes, it is pretty interesting to see the logic of this language. Did you enjoy it? Me, yes. Let's see how to count more than 10. Of course, in English we have such words as 11, 12, and so on, which are so different. But in Turkish, it's not exactly like this. So let's see firstly count from 10 to milliard. 10 means on, as we already know. 20 means 20. Then we have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90. Also, we can understand what only counts from 16 to 19 are a bit similar to the normal numbers. 60 seems not so different from 6. 70 is pretty close to 7. 80 is also close to 8 and 90 to 9. And others are so different from their simple versions. Just remember it when you learn it. Then we have use as 100, bin as 1000, milyon and milyar, as you can also guess, because Turkish took it from Western languages. But how do we deal with 11, 12 and so on? Also, how do we form 200 or 2000? Let's have a look. We have so simple shim of doing it in Turkish. It's way easier than English one. So 11 is just 10 and 1. 11. As far as 12 means 12. So it's not any different word that you have to memorize, which makes it pretty easy to do. Also, it works with another numbers as well. So 33 is 33. And for example, 55 is 55. What happens with hundreds? Hundreds are easy as well. You've got 2, you've got 100, so it's 200s, 200. Thousands are happening like this as well. You've got 4, you've got 1000, so it's 4000. See, very practical language, isn't it? Also, let's see what is happening if we are forming questions using all those numbers. Let's see some common facts in Turkish. Bir saat kaç dakika? How much minutes is in 1 hour? Bir saat 60 dakikadır. 1 hour is 60 minutes. Bir yıl kaç gün? How much days in 1 year? Bir yıl 365 gündür. 1 year is 365 days. Also now we will see how to tell some common facts about yourself. As an example, doğum yılım 1997. My birth year is 1997. Try to say your birth year. Let's try to tell our telephone number to another people now. As an example, telefon numaram 0 987 888 88 88. Don't try to call it. It's actually fake number. I'm a bit private person, you know. I value my privacy. So now let's see a dialogue on telephones. How to tell your phone number in a small talk with another person. We have Çetin, who is a man, and Didem, who is a woman.
Didem Hanım, şu telefon kaç numara?
935 00 49
Cep telefonunuz lütfen.
0 533 924 12 88.
Didem Hanım, müdür kim?
Müdür Hakan Bey.
Hakan Bey mi? O genç adam mı?
Hayır, Hakan Bey genç değil, yaşlı.
Peki, teşekkür ederim.
Try to form this type of dialogues with your friends. As always, I suggest you. Today we understood how to count in Turkish and how to create some questions which needs answers yes and no in Turkish. Also, we understood how to deny something in Turkish. In our next lesson, we will tell about ourselves, which is a very interesting theme. Don't miss our next lesson. I, Anastasia Krejnichenko, was your Turkish teacher today. See you soon on NTR TV and stay safe. Goodbye.